Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to do some more of Nightmare difficulty in Abyss. Now this is the team that was running previously. I've upgraded a little bit more since the last video. Just going to go through this very quickly, just explain it, the choices that I've made. So positions 1, 2 and 5 are all energy generation, and I've got them up to 3, 3 and 3 respectively. I had 3 left over, 3 points left over, so I have put it in the position at Hero 1, gains 20% max HP, just for an additional bit of survivability as well. So we do get a damage boost in position 5 as well with that, and then if we do, we can also gain further damage boost. So not only are we producing energy in slot 5, we are also producing much more damage now. In position 2, you can go for this at the start battle, gain max HP and max HP. So our frontline units are going to be very tanky with the additional HP increases. Now in positions 3 and positions 4, I've gone for the actual effects of those. So we've gone for at the start battle, gains 10% damage boost. This is for position 3. And then at the start battle, increases damage of all allies by 10%. You can go ahead and level that one up as well. Just in case you wanted to do some more damage, you can go ahead, put points into that, but really this is what you're looking for. Grace of Hunters, as you can see, 100% of the healing received is converted into defense, up to 250 million defense and attack as well, respectively. Plus, we also have Grace of Shadow. Excuse me. We also have Grace of Shadow as well. Every 20 energy increases the dodge of all allies by 15%. Each dodge consumes 100 energy. All allies cast an ultimate after dodge, dealing damage and applying stun for 1 round. Now, I believe that there's a bit of a visual bug with this. So it says here, each dodge consumes 100 energy. I've not seen it consume 100 energy yet. I've just seen the actual attacks, but we'll have to see if that is correct or not. Don't take that with a pinch of salt. It may get patched, it may not, who knows. But in position 4 at the start of battle, gain damage reduction. And the entire team gains 12% damage reduction as well. So we're going to be building on this over the course of the season. And hopefully we're going to get this fully built up by the end of the season. That would be nice, so that we can go ahead and bring out the full potential of all of the various different bits or various different positions. Now I haven't gone for anything in EX position, and primarily it's because we don't have any summoners on the team, so there's no need for it. If you do like summoners and you play summoners, you can go ahead and power up the EX positions as well, but I believe they only gain energy. But don't hold me to that. I believe that's how it is. Plus, as well, I've gone for energy enhancement, so we get an additional 20% energy for each of our energy generators as well. So we should be powering up very quickly. Now, this is the team that I've gone for just to get me through the first 25 missions. It does include Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi's very strong. If you don't have Tsukiyomi, I suggest a lineup more akin to this. So we would go Elma, Atrops, you go, where is it? Where's she gone? There you are, Astrid. So we go Astrid, we go Seraphina, and we will go with, Elisha. You can go with Dahlia on this one. Anybody really. And you'll pop it like this, or you can change out Astrid for Ophelia if you do want that. Doom's synergy as well, but the whole point of this is to make sure, or this particular team setup is to make sure that Atrops copies with Dahlia at some point, and you'll be doing massive amounts of damage. Elma to keep the front row alive. I've also got Undying Shield in here in this particular slot, so we can go ahead and equip. We can increase Dahlia's attack by 300%. Undying Shield, we can go with Healing Spear, we get our increased speed, and as well crit resistance rate. So it's just something to keep in mind. This is how you can go ahead and just straight up pass, I believe, Hell and also Hell difficulty and potentially even Apex difficulty. But we'll discover that in time, I think. But for now, we're not going to run this team. We are going to see how far we can take Tsukiyomi. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We pop Emily in this position. We pop Catherine in this back row. So we've got Mulan, we've got Catherine. What you can do is you can switch these two round. So that effectively Catherine, Mulan will be the energy generator. You kind of want the energy generation here from Mulan, because every time she follows up an attack that one of your allies does, she will generate you energy. Same is true with Gaia with her double action as well. So Gaia will generate that double energy per turn as well as Mulan will do it. So we're going to go quick deploy. We get our sinful band in here. I've not unlocked the mystifiers stuff yet. But it is what it is. We do have 23, so accuracy rate up, max HP up, and heal rate up as well. There's not really too many other options. Potentially we take out accuracy rate, and then what we do is we pop in dodge. The reason we pop in dodge is because we've got the Grace of Shadows activated. We can take out max HP, and we'll just go with attack on this one. So the relics, the same. You've got now available through the Oracle, the Invoke Crystals rebate. So if you spend 100 Invoke Crystals in one go while the rebate is on, the Underworld Key is now available for you to pick up with those shards as well. So I've currently got mine up to 60 shards for the next level, and I will be leveling it up sometime over the course of the next couple of weeks when the next rebate is on. Very, very strong, very, very good tool to use. So I would suggest picking up a copy or two. So let's jump in. Let's see how this team does. Specifically, we do also have the new seasonal synergy on here. So at the start of battle, increase the max HP of the hero in position 1. So Gaia now has an additional, I believe, 500% increase. We've also got our corrode stacks up to 50 before anybody has taken any action, which gives us an additional 30% damage reduction and an increase of, I believe it's 750%. So we get an increased damage of 750% for our corrode stacks, and for our just overall damage. So we're doing so much damage. Like it's crazy the amount of damage that we actually are doing. Emily and Gaia to do the most here. Let's see how much. I think Catherine's already gone. Yeah, it's just Mulan to finish things off. So as you can see, we're up to 69 energy. Nice. So we're up to 69 energy, and as well, I think that the energy build up shouldn't be too bad. I think the longer the fights go on, the easier it will be in order to power through. So how long are we up to? 8 minutes. So we've got about 7-ish minutes to get through to 50. I don't expect too much resistance. I'll go through the bosses ever so slightly here. So in this particular boss, we do have a couple of counters on the team. You can take out Emily on this team, and you can pop in Bastet, or you can just run. You could probably just run Dullahan and Astrid, and Talos as well. So you would take these two out. If you don't have Tsukiyomi, be something along these lines in order to power through. Again, very, very strong setup. If you don't have Tsukiyomi, then you don't want to run Emily. And again, it's because of the only reason that I run Emily in that spot is because of her increase in stack limit. And she also applies, here we go, let's take you out. And she also applies the what do you call it as well, 5 stacks of corrode at the start of battle. So again, something to keep in mind there. That's the team that I would run. That's the Mystifiers team I would run if I didn't have Tsukiyomi. We'll see how Bastet does in this particular setup. The reason that I like to run Bastet is because she can double. If you have her exclusive runes, she can double the number of corrode stacks that are applied. Unfortunately, we are still at a point where the corrode limit cannot be increased naturally above 25 stacks. So Gaia will never achieve that invincibility by herself. The only thing that allows it is the sinful band. The simple band increases corrode stack limit by 20, so you start out at 25. If you have Dullahan or Emily on the team, that increases up to 30, and if you have both Dullahan and Emily, that goes up to 35 stacks of corrode in total that can be applied. Again, Tsukiyomi's power is primarily based off the ability to apply those corrode stacks. So we see this team here works very well. Bastet to do the business here. Again, I don't think it really matters who you have in this back slot. If you do have a copy of Tsukiyomi, you just need Tsukiyomi at 7 stars. I do have her at 8 stars, but again, we're going to save that for another video. Go ahead, pop Emily in, and that should be coming out later on today. So we'll just have to check that out later. So if you are interested in what Tsukiyomi can do at 8 stars to see if she's worth the investment, then we'll get that video out for you today. And you might need to go and pick up a couple more copies of her towards the end of the summoning period. So I think the summoning period for Tsukiyomi specifically ends today. It should be, as of release of this video. This video should be coming out about 1 o'clock-ish. We do need 3 strikers, so I could go ahead and level Tsukiyomi up. And you know what? We might as well. We'll get our 3 strikers bonus in while we can. So quick select. And then we will quick select from here as well. Let's go ahead and level her up. Just, you know, a bit of a... a bit of a cheeky one. But yeah, so she now increases up to 300% and we unlock that striker synergy. So we get the striker synergy plus she now does increases the coefficient of all allied corrode based teams by 300% and additionally increases the max HP of all allies by 50%. So it's doubling her effectiveness really. So we'll see here we've got our team dodge at 40%. Probably not worth it, to be honest, but you know, it is what it is. Solomon is going to bind here, but I suspect that these guys are going to go down very, very quickly, especially with the increase in the additional 100% that we get damage-wise. So yeah, Emily's starting to do much more damage already. We do have... Let's see how much Gaia is going to do. Is she going to do the same? Remember, we were on 145 before. Yeah. What? Nah. Nah, Tsukiyomi is better. 19 million? I don't think so. That's a fluke. She's doing way more. She's doing way more than I thought she would. Oh, we even killed Solomon off. Can't bind if he's dead. Yeah, flipping heck. Catherine to do the most here. That is not bad. And Emily, she still put the work in. She's putting the work in, and Mulan to do the most through the burn damage. Very, very strong. So again, let's power through. So that's round 2. Gaia to do the most. Now remember, these frontline units do have increased HP. And not only increased HP from the battle buffs that we get from the Hope Tree perks, but also from the now leveled up Tsukiyomi. And we still ended up, Gaia still ended up going down, so they are still doing a lot of damage, especially reflect corrode damage. Can be very, very important to... can be very, very important when beating these guys. So we'll just have to see. And where are we up to? 13 minutes. I think this is going to be a longer one, especially considering we need to go through the full fight. So the full level 50 fight as well. So we'll watch this 40 and then we will watch 45 and then we'll jump in and discuss tactics for 50 on this one. Not getting through these shields too quickly, but I suspect that will change. Yeah, 230. I think that must have been a fluke or something. Yeah, she's doing around the same amount of damage as Gaia and Mulan as well. So I suspect that 1900 million was a bit of a fluke. But we'll see. We'll see. We're getting to round 2. We'll take it from there. So we have applied Holy Shield to these enemies. got 8 stacks of Holy Shield, but that has now been dispelled with thanks to Catherine taking action. So that's 416 million, and then, yeah, 461. So they're doing around the same amount of damage, all of them, and it is because we have now increased our attack to 300%. I'm not going to run Avengers because we don't have any Avengers this season. So, and I'm having too much fun with this Mystifiers team. It is so strong, so strong. The Phantoms, once again, taking Gaia down, potentially putting Mulan in that slot. Might be a better choice, but it is all the basic attacks at the beginning from the Verdians. So there's 4 Verdians on this team, but we don't get taken down this time because there's no what do you call it? Sylvan. There's no Minotaur. There's no Corrode specifically. So I'll jump into 45 and just see where we're up to on here. We apply these Corrode stacks. So again, they've got the Holy Shield, but we dispel the Holy Shield. Catherine, if we didn't manage to dispel Holy Shield, Catherine will dispel that Holy Shield for us. And then the relics here that we're going to pop in. Yeah, it was a bit of a fluke. Unfortunately, because there's 2 Celestials on the enemy team, the Corrode debuffs are not going to stick around for very long. So as you can see, they've been debuffed of all Corrode, and again, it's because there's 2 Celestials on the enemy team. When Celestials on the enemy team die, or when a unit dies and you've got 2 Celestials on the enemy team, you do... So we apply Vital Drain as well. You do debuff yourself. So you remove any negative effects like Corrode, for example, which is why you can't effectively one-shot an entire team, is because the Corrode effect is a nice animation. I do like that. But the Corrode effect is at the start of upkeep. The purification can happen at any point. So you remove all debuffs at that point. There we go, 45 cleared. Let's go ahead, skip through these, and let's jump into 50, and then we can discuss tactics. I don't think I'll be changing teams, if I'm honest. I think this is a very, very strong team, relatively. I think the only way to make it, I think it's a toss-up between damage and tankiness. So if you want more tankiness, then you would change Catherine and Mulan out for Dullahan and Talos as well. So yeah, it is what it is. If you're struggling damage-wise, when the enemy deals basic attack, this is going to be GG. This is going to be over very, very quickly. If I have the, which I do, I'm going to take you out, and let's pop you in. And there we go. So the reason that I'm using this horn particular, after triggering dodge, retaliates with a basic attack against the attacker during battle. We've already got our dodge rate up by 25%, and we also have our, where have you got to? Here we go. We also have an increased dodge rate of 15% every 20 energy. So if we get up to 60 energy, that'll be a total of about 80% dodge for all of our units. So we'll be responding back quite often, I suspect, but we'll see. Now I think it will affect all of them. We just need to hit one of them, and each one of them will lose 1 HP. We do get our attack and defense increases, as well as our corrode stacks. We'll apply that damage reduction with thanks to Gaia. So as you can see, we aren't really attacking back here, but we do. It still counts. Ooh, even when we're confused. That's good to know. That is good to know. And we have. Yeah, so we've burnt ourselves here. Tsukiyomi's got burnt, unfortunately, by Catherine, because of the confuse effect. But we take the one off. We take the one off here. We will move into round 2 in just a second. And once we start to do that, enemies will attack all of us again. No, just one. So we do respond. Yeah, there we go. I think they've changed this slightly. The reason I think they've changed this slightly is is primarily because these guys used to attack all. So you would get 5 misses and instantaneously you would take 5 health off these minions. Very, very strong effect. But I think they've nerfed that a little bit. So they now only attack 1 unit, which is a bit of a pain, but it's going to take us a bit longer to get this shield off. And I think as soon as these guys go down, we'll be looking to secure a victory here. So we do hit enemy boss with Corrode here. And do we hit her again? We do. So we hit all 5 of the enemies this time with Gaia's passive. Mulan, follow-up attack. We do get, every time Mulan does a follow-up attack, it is classed as a basic, so these guys will lose health as well. So just building your entire team around doing basic attacks against this boss will secure you the victory. Because the more basic attacks that you do, the better off you will be. So Emily here, now we are above, it looks like 100 relic, 100 energy. So we get that 200 energy, we get the miss, and then we also get Mulan. So will this dissipate at the end of round, I wonder? That's going to be quite funny. So we get Tsukiyomi to do a basic attack back, and she'll also be doing an ultimate back as well. I really like this this Hope Tree season. This season's Hope Tree is really, really strong. I'm very much enjoying it. And Tsukiyomi, yep, unfortunately she got stunned. It is what it is. But we do now, now that all of enemies are done, we do get the response back and a counter attack because we've got our 200 energy. And that is a victory for Catherine. She's really showing out in this particular team. Very, very strong. So yeah, that is it for me. That is Nightmare 50 done. Just want to say thank you very much for watching. And I hope you have a fantastic day.